Fellow veterans, your families, volunteers, and all who advocate on behalf of veterans. As I approach my first Veterans Day as Secretary of Veterans Affairs, I want to communicate directly with you on several important topics. Since my confirmation as Secretary just over 3 months ago, I've come to a conclusion about our department. Based on travel to VA facilities nationwide, talks with thousands of veterans and VA employees, congressional hearings, meetings, and phone calls with over 120 members of Congress, and numerous conversations with members of veteran service organizations and other stakeholders, one conclusion is inevitable, and that is there is no substitute for VA. Veterans need their VA for the unique care and benefits we provide. Services that produce tangible results for them, their families, their survivors, and importantly, our nation. Fixing access to VA care is important. We have a plan to do that, and we're dedicated to implementing it. That process will take time, but we will be successful. But veterans and the American public also need to understand the full spectrum of care and benefits VA provides, what we do, and what we do well in order to insert a degree of balance and truth to the previously one-sided conversation about VA care and VA services. Almost 9 million veterans are enrolled for VA healthcare, the largest healthcare system in the nation. 3 pillars support that care: research, training, and delivery of clinical care to those in need. VA's accomplishments in these 3 areas are as broad and historically significant as they are generally unrecognized. VA makes unique contributions to veterans' health care in the areas of prosthetics, geriatrics, traumatic brain injury, PTSD and other mental conditions, spinal cord injuries and disorders, polytrauma, and the treatment of chronic diseases such as diabetes and hepatitis. Our advances in these areas and many others produce improvements in care for veterans and for many other Americans who suffer from these conditions. VA medical professionals pioneered modern electronic medical records, developed the implantable cardiac pacemaker, conducted the first successful liver transplants, crafted artificial limbs that move naturally when stimulated by electrical brain impulses, and applied barcode software for administering medications to patients. Those and other accomplishments earned VA researchers 3 Nobel Prizes and 7 prestigious Lasker Awards, presented since 1946 for major contributions to medical science. Training medical professionals is critical to caring for veterans, and that training benefits all Americans. Each year, we train, we educate, and we provide practical experience for over 62,000 medical students and residents, 23,000 nurses, and 33,000 other trainees, a total of nearly 120,000 people who go on to provide care not just for veterans, but to most Americans. No single institution trains more doctors or nurses than VA. In fact, it's estimated that more than 70% of all U.S. doctors have received training at the VA. The Veterans Health Administration System includes 150 flagship VA medical centers, connected to 819 community-based outpatient clinics, and more than 500 other care facilities. That network allows VA to deliver care to veterans from the greatest generation of World War II to the latest generation from Afghanistan and Iraq. In 2013, VA scheduled over 90 million episodes of care. That's an average of over 240,000 every single day. VA doctors perform 400,000 surgical procedures annually, nearly 1,100 per day. And since 2004, the American Customer Satisfaction Index has consistently shown that veterans who receive inpatient and outpatient care give a higher customer satisfaction score on average than patients at private sector hospitals. In the area of services, in fiscal year 2014, the Veterans Benefits Administration, or VBA, delivered over $58 billion in compensation benefits on behalf of approximately 3.9 million veterans, or about 420,000 of them rated 100% disabled. They expect to deliver almost $66 billion in compensation on behalf of 4.2 million veterans this fiscal year. VBA's backlog of pending claims has been reduced 60% in the last 20 months, from over 611,000 to 243,000. VBA completed over 1.3 million claims for veterans in fiscal year 2014, and about 150,000 more than last year's record of almost 1.2 million. In fiscal year 2014, veterans waited, on average, 119 fewer days for a decision on their claim than they did in 2013. And today, 93% of disability claims are now processed electronically. Still, one claim in the backlog is too many, and we're determined to eliminate it. VBA has already reduced the veterans' pension backlog by 96%, from 14,500 to just over 600, and reduced the survivors' dependency and indemnity compensation inventory by 60%, from 19,000 to 7,000. VBA has delivered over $46 billion in educational benefits under the post-9/11 GI Bill to over 1.3 million veterans and eligible family members. These veterans have the potential to become our nation's next great generation in business, in education, and in public service. VBA also provides life insurance to 6.5 million veterans, service members, and their families, and has over 2.1 million home loans on the books. They helped over 80,000 veterans avoid foreclosure last year, while maintaining the lowest foreclosure rate in the industry for the last 25 consecutive quarters. No one honors veterans as does our National Cemetery Administration, or NCA. NCA maintains about 3.4 million grave sites at our 131 national cemeteries. In fiscal year 2013, they planned and conducted over 125,000 interments, a 242% increase since 1973. And over the past decade, the American Customer Satisfaction Index has ranked NCA as the top customer service organization in the nation, public or private. Better than Google, better than Alexis, better than all the rest. That's the sort of excellence we want to achieve VA-wide, and we're not waiting to reach excellence. Since beginning my assessment of VA 3 months ago, we set high goals for ourselves on our road to Veterans Day. The initiative starts with our mission and immediate objective, that is to better serve and care for those who have borne the battle and for their families and survivors through achieving 3 goals. The first, move quickly and decisively to rebuild trust with veterans and stakeholders. Second, improve service delivery, focusing on veteran outcomes. And third, set a course for long-term excellence and reform. Under the Road to Veterans Day initiative, we developed a blueprint for excellence, a template to reestablish VA's preeminence and leadership in healthcare. It was produced by exceptional professionals, including VA's former Undersecretary for Health, Dr. Jonathan Perlin, who has completed a short-term VA assignment, and Interim Undersecretary, Dr. Carolyn Clancy. The blueprint lays out 4 broad themes and supporting strategies for transformation to improve the performance of VA healthcare now, making it not only more veteran-centric, but also veteran-driven, putting our customers in control of their VA experience. And to better meet the customer expectations, we're going to reorganize for success, perhaps the largest restructuring in the history of our department. We call that reorganization and our customer experience solution MyVA, also part of our overarching Road to Veterans Day strategy. The reorganization under MyVA will be driven by ideas and initiatives from veterans and from VA employees, from what they tell us must change to better serve our customers. It's called My VA because that's how we want veterans to view us, as an organization that belongs to them and provides quality care in the ways they need and they want to be served. It's imperative that VA regain and retain a laser-like focus on our customer base, everyone from the 90-year-old veteran of Omaha Beach to the 19-year-old who fought in Afghanistan's Valley of Death. To do this, we're looking at ways to restructure and reorganize, to combine functions, to simplify operations, make process improvements, leverage technology, enhance efficiency, and increase productivity. It's a 360-degree effort designed to present veterans with a seamless, integrated, and responsive VA, whether they come to us digitally, by phone, or in person. Our goal is really simple. It's to provide quality, timely care and benefits with proactive, real-time, courteous, and coordinated service. The fact is, whether it's in prosthetics, PTSD or TBI treatment, spinal cord injuries and disorders, polytrauma care, disability and education benefits, home loans, homeless rescues, or final honors in our national cemeteries, there is no other single institution like VA positioned to deliver a broad spectrum of veteran-specific care and services to the 1% of our population who currently serve in uniform. We want and absolutely need your authoritative advice as we move forward and improve. We seek your input as we implement the Veterans Access, Choice, and Accountability Act. We welcome your participation and collaboration across the spectrum of care and benefits. And I personally look forward to collaborating with you. Thank you, and God bless our nation's veterans. Happy Veterans Day.